What is it with the Republicans? I mean, the Republicans and the Democrats seem to see the State of the Union address response differently. I remember Jim Webb's response. Jim
Yeah.
Webb was brought there because he was, a military guy and former, under a Republican administration. He did a great job. But in the main, it seems to me that Democrats bring out, sort of maybe a backbencher in the House. I mean, they know that it's basically a throwaway, and it's almost a gift to the person doing it. For the Republicans, it has seemed, at least over the past 4 years, that this is their way to sort of break somebody out. It started with Bobby Jindal, and has moved on from there, and it inevitably is a horrible place to be. It inevitably it hinders these people's rise in the party. What is that dynamic?
Yeah, I don't understand what they are thinking, and yeah, look what happened to Bobby Jindal after he gave that Howdy Doody State of the Union response. It crushed them for years. And, I thought, and again, this is why optics and the gulp and the smacking of the lips do matter, because Marco Rubio, I thought, gave a great speech in the Republican convention. However, as soon as he finished his speech, then Clint Eastwood came out and started talking to the chair, and everybody forgot about Rubio. Nobody talked about. I thought Rubio's speech was very good there. It was much more powerful and effective there than it was here. But because of the Clint Eastwood chair, it got completely overshadowed. Nobody even mentioned Rubio. Today, now after last night, people are going to be seeing excerpts of him smacking his lips, grabbing the water. It's going to be an SNL skit. We have this. It's all over the internet. How many millions of people watched Rubio give that? Maybe 2 or 5. Right. Well, how many people are going to see him drinking gulp water online? It's going to be millions and millions of people watching that clip and say, this is the guy that's supposed to be the savior. And to your point, it's hugely, you would think that the Republicans would have learned the lesson of Bobby Jindal. But they get they're into their Messiah. I think they're so afraid that their brand is dwindling, and that's why they put Jindal out to offset Obama, because Obama was such a powerful speaker that they figured they have to give something to equal that, or Obama will look too good. I mean, that's the only thinking I could come out with. It's like, we need something to compete with Obama. We can't, and let's do it at the State of the Union, and it's backfired now twice. It's been really funny if you watch then the Republican pundits have to defend, make-believe Rubio gave such a great response. But, when you watch Fox last night, as soon as Rubio finished, Bret Baier came on to Fox and immediately said how difficult it is to give the response, and admitted that he was nervous, he was uncomfortable, and he didn't do a good job. But after Bret Baier said that, every other Fox guy just dismissed the gulp and said he was brilliant, because they knew that they had to try to rebuild this guy back up to something of the Messiah that they want him to be.
It really is fascinating, because you when you see these attempts to sort of match Obama's charisma and just sort of you really do realize that I've disagreed with President Obama on many policies, but you do realize that he is more than just a good speaker. You really begin to realize this guy has had an abnormal amount of poise and charisma, and you see that whatever experiences he had in his life. I mean, the Republicans convinced themselves that this is a guy who's just a rookie. He went from community organizer to the presidency, and he never had a job in his life, and he never had any real world experiences. I mean, the thing that becomes clear after they keep putting up failed sort of knockoff versions of Obama in their mind is that he's much more than a good speaker. There's just a level of depth there that they cannot compete with.
He's definitely improved in this respect as a presidential politician. And he's finally, he's been using the bully pulpit much more effectively since after the since that, the debt ceiling crisis that we had. He's finally gotten back to using his bully pulpit to make his case, and it's been much more effective. We all did, and I certainly did when Obama won the election in 2008, wanted him to start fireside chats because of how bad our economy was, and that by just offering putting in $1 trillion stimulus wasn't enough to explain. He needed to get out there and explain to American people how devastated our economy was, how bad it would be, and that we're now going to be on the road to recovery. It was going to be difficult. But for some reason, his team maybe thought he was overexposed and didn't put him back on TV to explain this to people. It really hurt him. And now, today he's giving speeches. He's going around again. He's not going to do a Bush, where Bush completely failed because people don't want their Social Security messed with. But I think he's learned, after that experience, this bully pulpit is a powerful thing that I have.
Yeah, it really is. It's encouraging.
Words matter.
And it's encouraging, and particularly for the midterms, just so that you don't have Democratic candidates running against the president. That you can actually he can become a sort of a wind at their backs, as opposed to some type of obstacle to genuine democratic principles. John,
yeah, and remember, a lot of blue dogs lost in 2010.
Yes, so we're looking at, hopefully, if we can take back the House, we can see a much more stronger progressive caucus within the context of the Democratic Party. John, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for joining us.